everybody, it's Aquila, and this is a Lefty Knitter podcast on the YouTubes, episode 169, I believe. Today is already, oh gosh, I don't know today's date. I think it's it's Thursday. This is a podcast about knitting, crafty things, and I record through the week when possible, and slap it all together and post on Saturday. So I need to stop right here really fast and just put my input in. So here we go. You know, I've never blatantly came out on my channel and talked about politics, religion, race, etc. I do tell you a little bit about my stance, and that's really where I stand. But I did not get a chance last week because I had already recorded my clips before I had heard about the Roe versus Wade decision. So I just want to talk about that for just a moment. You can skip ahead if you feel like it, but I feel like I've never really forced my opinions on people, and everybody in my space that I've created here, I feel like has been always very welcoming to hear other people's opinions and to hear other people out. So that's what we're here for. And so I was outraged, I was angry, I had a massive amount of emotions about it. And, you know, here in Maryland, where we are, we have had laws in place for abortions for a very long time, and it didn't, or it won't affect us directly in a very quick manner, or if it does, it will take some time. So I encourage people, because now it's at a state level, to make sure that you are doing your research and what you can to go out and vote and, you know, just help in any way possible in the direction that you feel needs to go. Having two daughters myself and being a woman, I think you can guess where my stance is, and if not, you know, you can message me privately and we can have a conversation about said topics, but I will not allow people to bully or get on my space here on YouTube, or even my space on other social media platforms like Instagram or Facebook, and come at me or bully me or banter in a adult conversational way. Like if you're just pushy and whatnot, like that's just gonna be taken care of. And they make delete and block buttons for a reason, and I've had to do that already. So again, I try to create a safe space here because I am putting content out for people who have opinions that vary, and everybody's not on the same side, and that's okay because we're all allowed to have opinions on topics and whatnot. But I won't allow people to feel uncomfortable in the space that I'm trying to provide here. So that's where I'm at. So last Saturday we actually went up to Philly for a concert, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is not affected by the trigger laws that were happening in many states, but they did not have super set laws in place. And that could change in the next elections. And there was definitely a protest. We were staying right in Center City, Philadelphia, right near the Capitol, and there was probably 2 to 3 streets in the perimeter of the Capitol, it was all shut down and people were protesting. And let me just say, so I've never been in a protest in that manner, and it was very peaceful. It was not, there was no in my opinion, that's what a peaceful protest is. So, and John and I walked around with some of the people And so, yeah, you know my stance at this point, but still, it brought out so many emotions that I didn't even like realize I guess I had. So, whew, okay, but I did want to just reiterate that conversations can be had, and they should not be one-sided, and people should be able to tell their opinion, and it should not be forced or angry, and that's just not acceptable in any type of conversation, like if you feel like you're being belittled. So again, any topic of any conversation, that's just not okay. People should be able to have a back and forth conversation and respect in the best way possible other people's stances and opinions. Ugh, that's difficult to say. And I know when that all went down, I had lost a few numbers. I don't constantly watch my numbers, but I know when I start posting stuff, I kind of just glance to see, and I definitely lost people that probably didn't have the same feelings as myself, and that's okay. You don't have to follow me. You don't have to believe everything I say. You don't have to be on the same side as me. Just like I can unfollow people myself. They unfollowed me. I also gained a few people who probably had the same stance as me and saw what I was posting. Again, perfectly acceptable. So that's where we are. Whew. That's just, every time I feel like I talk about a topic and I'm like putting it out into the world, it's very difficult to do. And if you don't have your own channel, like if you don't have your own YouTube channel where you're speaking out, or you know, maybe you don't address it at all, and that's your choice, it's difficult. So don't be so hard on the people that choose to talk about it in the best of their abilities, because it's not easy. It's not easy. So, all right. Now that we've done that, let me just say welcome to any new viewers that I might have, and welcome back to all my viewers that come back every week and always are just wonderful and supportive. So thank you for that. I finished those socks that I was working on. I told you I would have them done. So I did some top-down socks. I was here, so I'd finished one sock except heels, so I didn't have this heel in, and I was down to here, and I finished my toe, and then I put in heels. So I have two. Look at that. Two socks. This is Knit Picks Felici. I decided to make a larger size. I just really enjoyed knitting with them. Knitting these colors, they were really fun, and I made them a larger size. These will be for my mom, and I have this much left. This was 2 balls of Felici, and I don't know how many grams I have left, but it's very little, and this is the Game Over colorway, and I use 9-inch circulars, except for the heels and toes. I switched to Magic Loop. They're so fun. I did a little color management when I was putting my heels in, and I kind of wish I would have started with the blue and not started with this fleshy pink color because it was right here, but that's okay. They're done now, and I'm not going back. All right, so if you don't know, Lisa, 72 Stitches, Knit All the Yarn podcast is hosting a Felici knit along, so it's hashtag Knit All the Felici 2022. So you can enter all your projects where you're using Felici yarn, fingering or worsted, because they make both. And they just put out a new set of colors this past week or the week before that. I can't remember. It's been within the month, and I am probably not going to buy any because I bought every color from their last update, but they now have solids. So they are dyeing the Felici yarn, which is a little bit different from their stroll. I can't remember the contents of the stroll, but the Felici is 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon. I think the stroll is like a super fine merino or something like that. Like that's the difference. but they're now dyeing solid colors to go with all their new striping colors, and that's really exciting. There's a few colors in the solids I might purchase because then I can have it for heels, cuffs, and toes just on random socks, any socks. So there you go. The other thing that I had shown cranking in my last video, I didn't show actually what I was cranking, but now I have a finished object. So this yarn is Mesa Skeins, Macy, and it's the colorway Wild Card. It was a one-of-a-kind. This is on her Spade fingering. It's a 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon, and it's 463 yards. She's out of Texas. And this was a one-of-a-kind. I think she said she had messed up something. I don't remember what it was. But I made some more shorty socks. Let me show you the second one in a minute. I did a little bit of a longer leg here. I think on the previous ones I was only doing like 5 rounds. I think I did 15. So I did the cuff and 15 on the leg. I noticed that the shorter ones were still going down in my socks or in my shoes too far, and I didn't like that. So these were cranked on my Erlbacher Gearhart Speedster machine, which I have a 64 stitch cylinder in it. I use that mostly for everything. I do have a cranking service, and I have a 72 also, but most people get 64, not gonna lie. I ran out of yarn though on the second one. You ready? I thought I was gonna have enough. I cranked John a pair of socks, I believe, out of this, and I thought I was gonna have enough for shorties, and I may have if I didn't switch up my proportions, but that's okay. This is a Knit Picks, and this is also a Knit Picks, and I have the labels right here. I still have a little bit of that purple. Oh, I might have one of them. They're both Stroll. I can tell you the difference. Superwash Merino. Well, what? I thought it was like a little different. Superwash Merino wool. Superwash Merino wool and nylon. Well, they're the same exact composition. So now I don't know what the difference is. Okay, the green was pine. You probably can't see that. And the purple was sprinkle heather. So it was a heathered. I don't know what the difference is now because I really thought I knew. I thought one said like super fine or something. I don't know. But I have 2 of those. So now John and I both have kind of matching socks. I don't care that this doesn't match. If it's in shoes, you're never going to see it. If I'm wearing it with my Birks, it's just fun. So, ta-da! Yeah. Now that I have those socks done, the only thing I have left is the Clockwork shawl, which I've only done a few rows on, and I haven't showed you in like 2 episodes. But I did swatch for John's sweater, and I'm going to show you guys that later. I do have it downstairs on a blocking board, but right now I'm going to show you another craft which I've been working on, and this is my Halloween candle mat, and this was from Maryland Sheep and Wool at the booth Epicurean Boutique, and it is like felt embroidery, felt applique embroidery. So I think the last time I showed you guys, I had the faces done on the kitties. Now I have pumpkins. I have pumpkins, and every pumpkin has a face. So the last thing to do on this is there's a back piece, like a circle, a full circle. Hold on, I can just show you. So the last thing I have to do is this back purple piece, these little dots, and then there's a second piece that goes on the back. So it's like double layer of the purple because you're gonna do 1 layer of the purple, put these dots in. I believe that's, I didn't fully read through. And then you do a second layer, and then I guess you're like whip stitching or mattress stitching around the whole edge. And that's so exciting. It's gonna be done. And I guess there's stitching with black around the black circle edges. And I'm gonna be done. And I really enjoyed this. And I think I am going to purchase the little zipper case. I'm gonna try it. I don't know. I don't like cutting out all the little fiddly things, so I'm gonna have to look at them and see if they weren't terrible. I shouldn't say I didn't like it. It was just because they were quick to do it once I was doing it. I guess in my mind, I was like, if every piece doesn't match exactly or it doesn't look exactly like the other one, I'm gonna be upset. But can you tell? No, I don't think you can tell. Okay, his tail's a little different than his tail, but that's okay. That's okay. They're not, unless you're like examining this for perfection, it's not gonna matter. So, I'm so happy with this. Do you want to see the back? It's got cat hair on it. There's all my finishing offs. I'm not sure how you're supposed to finish off all this type of embroidery on felt, but I just did little knots and it's fine. It's not going anywhere. And I don't think those tiny little knots are going to make a difference with a candle sitting in the middle, because that's really what this is for. It's a candle mat, but you could technically use it for like a candy dish or whatever you wanted in the middle. Put crystals on it, do your thing, an incense burner, whatever. So I don't think that's going to change the integrity of any of the way you're using it, having knots in it. So, all right, now that I've lightened my load a little bit, I always appreciate, most people have been very okay with me. And I'm not gonna, this channel isn't gonna turn into me always talking about politics and laws that are changing and religion and all that and race and all that. It's never gonna, my podcast, it would be a new podcast if I decided to do that, but that is not my comfort zone, to have a channel that's fully based like that. My comfort zone is here doing this and still putting my feelings on the table for you all. And that's where it's going to be. And again, I appreciate everybody who listens and may not agree, and then messages me privately and we have conversations, or people that full-heartedly feel the same way as I do. And you know, that's the world we live in and the country we live in. And so, yep. All right. I will definitely be showing you my swatches because it's very interesting. And all the comments that people talked about Malabrigo Rios, I didn't realize how much it pilled. I probably could have went onto Ravelry and read comments, and people usually talk about like how it acts and reacts as you wear it. But I appreciate everybody that's told me what they have experienced with it. So that's very helpful, and thank you very much. And I did not realize that it pilled as much as it did, and that's okay. So I probably will be dropping down needle sizes to make a denser fabric, and then just deciding on my stitch counts what size sweater to cast on for John. So, and I've actually really come to love the color, so hopefully he loves it too when it's done. All right, happy Thursday, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. I totally forgot the one big thing to tell you about the socks that I was hand knitting is I think I mentioned when I was doing my cut-in heels, I was only doing like 3 straight knit rounds. So when you cut in your tube, you pick up and you're knitting, you start knitting these stitches. So it starts at this pink, this fleshy pink color. I decided to do, and you can probably tell because there's all my decreases, maybe not. I did 7 rounds instead of 3, and I feel like this is going to fit way better. So thank you again to the people who mentioned doing that. Sorry, I'm sitting in a different place, so lighting is a little strange. But I did 7 rounds on both before I started decreasing. And I think that is going to help. I can tell on my blockers how much it kind of like, because like I can fold it over like that. That it's gonna make probably for a better fitting right here where, you know, your leg changes to where your ankle and then your foot all meet. So I think that's gonna just fit better. Of course, I haven't had the recipient try these on, but John is the same size, so I might have him try them on and just see what he has to say, and he might say he notices no difference. A lot of his socks I've actually cranked now, so he might not realize the difference between the spacing here with the hand knit versus the cranked socks. I don't know. So I could have him try them on and just give me some feedback. Maybe I'll do that. But yeah, that was the one big thing. I totally forgot to tell you guys about these. Because, not that it was giant, but it was suggested to me, and I wanted to make sure I addressed that, and I forgot. Hey everybody, it is Friday, and it's July 1st. And I need to say something really fast. I thought about the clip I recorded yesterday, and I watched a few podcasters, and I was like, man, they are just straight up, outright telling how they feel. And I've been told in the past when I talk about issues that I tiptoe. I tiptoe and I step lightly, and I don't know, maybe I've always been that person to step lightly. I don't know. I feel like I have strong opinions about things. And I have strong feelings and opinions about the overturning of Roe versus Wade. And, yeah. So I cursed a lot when I first heard about it, and I held back in the podcast when I talked about it. And I just want to say that I'm pissed off, and I have even learned more information. And if you don't watch Knit Not Weave podcast, you should go watch her last episode, because she talks about, and you should go watch her because she has the knowledge and information in her head better than I do. But apparently 3 out of 3 of the people that overturned it said they weren't going to be touching it at all when it came into, like, the window of the realm of whatever. Sorry. Try to cut that out. So I am very angry, and you know, there are so many reasons that people, one, need to get abortions. It's not that they're always wanting to get abortions. It's not that, you know, it's just frustrating. It's so frustrating. Like, and if you are against abortions, that doesn't mean this, you know, you just choose not to have one. Why does it have to be overturned? Why do laws have to be put in place that now people are going to be fined because they could potentially die? Now, you know, because they have an abortion. And I was trying to read up on some statistics about things, and if you look at most of the statistics, the reasonings are people are like, I can't afford to have a child right now. They are still in school. That would affect their work. And yeah, they don't want to have a child in poverty. And that's what this is doing. This is making people have children, and they have to live already probably in the poverty line, and now they have to be even more in poverty line because of this. Or it puts you at health risk. It's just frustrating. It's so freaking frustrating. So I don't want to be the person that tiptoes. But again, you know, I'm not gonna also force how I feel down your throats. So I just had to put that out there. I was thinking about it, and it really bothered me that I felt like I tiptoed. Yeah. So there we are. But you should go watch Knit Not Weave. You should go watch Maddie and Kristen from We Share Needles, their latest podcasts. And if you want to hear how people, you know, because I know some people just don't touch on it at all. in their podcast. And that's perfectly fine. You do you, we do we. And that's how it's going to be. All right. I have swatches here. Ready? So I am making the second breakfast cardigan for John. This is Malabrigo Rios. And I believe the color is called Sand Dune, I think. So here it is. I've made my swatch. The pattern calls to use a size 8 needle. This is 8. This is 7. This is 6. I am getting gauge. I didn't block super aggressive, but I am getting my gauge here. So it's 18 stitches per 4 inches. So that's 19 stitches. So it's 8.5. No, I've really missed. Yeah, it's 8.5 per 2 inches is, yeah, 19. Half of 18 is 9. So it's 9.5. I'm sorry. So I'm getting 9.5 per 2 inches. I use my little gauge here that I have is only a 2-inch gauge, but I like it because it's not moving around like a little ruler would be, like a flexi tape ruler. So I use this, and I'm getting gauge on this one, and I would be getting it even a little bit closer. I'm a little under. I'm getting it more close if I blocked it a little more aggressively, which I probably will. So I'm probably going to cast on for the 6 US 6 needles. I measured John today. He is a 42.5 chest measurement, and that is a large in the pattern, which is the sweater circumference is like 45 inches, I believe. So I'm gonna go with the 6, and that's where I'm at. So I've done my swatching. I feel confident. I'm gonna measure just to triple check myself with my gauge. But I'm gonna triple check, because now I'm confusing myself with numbers, and it's because I got myself all flustered up talking about what I talked about. Well, talking about abortions. These are the needles I'm using. I totally, because your gauge can change. And so when I swatched with all of the same brand needle, because I didn't want to swatch with this needle and then swatch with a stainless steel needle, and then it could affect my gauge. So these are the Knit Picks Rosewood needles. I think I said something like driftwood. They're the rosewood. So I decided, you have to swatch with the same needle. So that's what these are. And I like Knit Picks needles. I have no problem with them. I mean, I also really love my Chai-Goos for my 9-inch circular. So I have this set. I have a stainless steel set also, and I love them, and I use them all the time. So I'm going to use the 6. There we go. And the last thing I had put a little bit of progress on, I put the back purple part on my mat, and I blanket stitched around, or mattress stitched. Can't remember what term it is. And I've started putting on my little French knots. There you go, all around this. And then it gets another piece that goes on the back to cover up this stuff. And I'll do the same stitch around here, and it's a purple back with black stitching. So I'm very close. I cut out my second circle. So honestly, if I just started putting some knots in here, and I could get this done by this weekend, this would be done. Okay. There we are. But I'm really excited to start the sweater, because I have, like I said, nothing else except the Clockwork, but I probably should just have another sock on the needles. I actually do. I want to make this sock, and I can't remember what it's called. I'll insert a picture here. Victoria from Victoria Knits podcast. She made these socks and showed them on the podcast, I believe months, possibly even years ago. And it's a colorwork sock, but it's a snake. And I can't remember what it's called. It really bugs me. It's here. I want to do that. So that might be the next sock project on my needle. So it won't be a vanilla sock, and that's okay. I really love colorwork, and I've only done like a little bit of colorwork in a sock. I think I've only done like one colorwork sock. remember? Either way, I think I want to make those, and I think I already know what yarn I'm going to use also, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, there we go. All right, what are you doing?
Do you have some cucumbers before we start this?
We started.
Look at those bags, dude.
I do have some cucumbers from your friend's garden.
Can you give me
Right now?
Yes.
We're recording. All right, well, today is Saturday, and it is July 2nd. Yep, July 2nd. I have one thing to show you, and then we have some stuff to talk about. Well, you have two things to show. Do you want to show your two things, what you purchased? Sure.
I saw a person on the intergalactic web that called Shinny Crafty People, and
Shiny Crafty.
and that made me think of Labyrinth for some reason, and I don't know why. And I was like, oh, my wife would like that.
I do.
So I got it for her. And then the same Shinny Crafty People on the intergalactic web said they had this, and I was like, so then I bought it. Cause everybody loves good fingering.
I don't know if it showed.
Oh.
Nope.
Yeah, let's take let's
not good.
turn a 13-second thing into a 4-minute project.
Doesn't want to show it.
Shiny crafty people holding hands. Who sings it?
REM.
Yeah, that band sucks.
It is right though, isn't it?
It is right. Yeah.
I'm not a fan either.
Mm-mm.
How do we know that?
I don't know.
I guess it was a song of our generation.
Oh wait, hold on. This is the only chance I might have to do this. Hey, babe. What am I?
I don't know.
That's me in the corner. It's an REM joke.
Oh God. All right, so what's you already spoiled our news, so
I didn't spoil nothing.
what's our news?
We have vaginal herpes.
Oh my God.
No. We're going to the thing with the cows and the sheep and stuff.
Cows?
I'm sure there's gonna be cows there.
No cows.
There's no cows there?
No. There's
cows at every fiber festival.
No?
Yes.
What name? Name them.
Shenandoah. Cows in that barn down at the bottom.
That's because they have animals to show, but that's the only one.
Yeller Springs.
That's because it's held at a dairy farm.
Maryland Sheep and Wool.
No?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, in the barn that's next to where they do the shows.
I've never seen cows there.
I see cows there every time.
I see lots of different kinds of sheepies.
Alpaca Festival.
No, they don't have cows.
I don't think they have cows at the Alpaca Festival.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Name any other ones that we've gone to.
Oh my God.
Maybe not fragrant.
Considering I'm wearing the wool gathering shirt, which is at the Young's Dairy.
Can you do that one more time?
No. Oh boy, have you guys missed him?
Probably not.
Yes, they have.
No, they
Yeah,
have not.
yeah. All right, Rhymeback. We will be at Rhymeback. We were like teeter-tottering on a seesaw, like
We? Are you French?
two kids that actually weigh the same amount of weight.
When does that ever happen?
No.
Never in the history of seesawing has anybody ever been like, oh, look how even this is. It's usually just one kid being like, I can't get up. I can't get up. Or the kid that's stuck in the air and is like, I'm scared, let me down.
Or the other kid that flies him up so hard that he comes down and he gets...
Yeah, that's how you get hemorrhoids as an adult.
That hurts a girl too, so it's a problem with any type of genitals you have. It's not fun.
Dude, playgrounds in general were so
dangerous.
It was like
the metal slides that you burned yourself.
Dude, you ain't gotta tell
left
me.
Skin with it.
I grew up in Florida. You didn't have to tell me, dude.
They shouldn't even had playgrounds in Florida. That's terrible. Okay.
You okay?
Yeah. All right, so we are also going to Woolen Folk, so that's I'm excited for that. I know it's only its second year, right? I think it's in. And I had major problems yesterday, and I'm sure other people did too. I think they talked.
Karen, Hell hath no fury like a woman mildly inconvenienced.
No, I'm pretty sure because they talked about it on their Instagram saying people were having issues. There was like a glitch and some other stuff. So
yeah,
we ended up getting our tickets.
We did.
And then we're still like hopping the fence on.
I'm going.
Okay.
I'm going to the.
We're going roller skating apparently
because Chevy and I have already
talked about
outfits, costume changes. We're doing shorts at one point, and I gotta find Hoochie Daddy shorts. And I got to get some Bobos. Have you
get some Bobos? I can make you some Bobos.
You've made me some Bobos, so God. I might just wear those.
So, yeah. But what else does somebody need? Do
people know what Bobos are?
I've shown the ones I've made.
Yeah. Okay.
But they're the tube socks with the 2 stripes at the top.
Yeah. Some have 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. I don't know. They're supposed to have 3. Or not. Some have 3.
I thought they were always 2. But
Bobos,
either way.
They make your feet feel fine. Bobos.
I think
They're just $1.99. We can't talk about Bobos without me saying it.
Oh, God. So what does every person need for Rhymeback? A Rhymeback sweater. Guess who's not going to have a Rhymeback sweater? No, you're going to have a sweater. I've been telling them about the sweater I am making for
Why
you.
Why can't you make a Rhymeback sweater?
I don't know
yourself?
if I'll see. I might not have enough time. Although the sweater I made myself, the blue and brown striped one, I wore to Maryland, but no one saw it because Maryland was freaking cold.
Did you just put an L in saw?
Maybe.
No one saw it.
Saw it. So that sweater the Friday tee might be my Rhymeback sweater. But I started John's. You ready to see it? You are really not excited for this at all. I know. Look,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I started it, y'all. I started it. So this is the yoke.
Been a decade in the making.
Ready? So it'll go like this.
Oh boy.
You can't stretch it out real far, but it'll go like this.
Why does it look like it's been frogged?
Because I had to do my swatch and then I used my swatch yarn. So this right now, this will get a collar on it, and this will have the front pieces, and then your arms will go through this section here once it's all. Can you imagine it?
Not really. I mean, I feel like I should be in The Boys.
Oh God, wearing
like
a
it's
tiny
like a
cape.
Tiny cape, yeah.
Oh God, that show.
I want to make sweet passionate love to an octopus now.
Oh my God.
That's only weird if you haven't seen the show. I mean, it is weird if you have seen the show.
It's weird no matter what.
Weird.
We started watching though, The Bear.
Yeah.
Which has, I don't know the actor's name. Do you know his name?
Lip.
Well, that's not his name.
Lip from Shameless.
Lip from Shameless is in, and I think it's an FX show.
It is an FX show.
So we've been watching that. I think we watched like 3 episodes so far. It's interesting.
If you've never worked at a kitchen
I've
before,
not. So it doesn't like resonate with memories for me, but I'm sure it does for you. So
yeah.
Because that's what it's about. It's about, his name's Carmy in the show, and he takes over, he's like taking over his brother's restaurant because he had passed away. And so
it's pretty cool.
It's pretty interesting so
far. I hope it like comes together and they start working as a team, because it's just 30 minutes of them screaming at each other.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other stuff that's going to come into it, because the cousin is out talking to like people that...
Don't spoil it.
Whatever.
Don't spoil it.
So there's going to be all kinds of other side stories that we're just not sure where it's going.
Yeah.
But that's what we've been watching.
That's what we just started watching.
Yeah.
Because we finished watching Winning Time, which was one of my favorite shows that's been made.
I told them about Winning Time.
John C. Reilly is a national treasure. I'm sorry. He's one of the best actors ever. Tell me one thing he can't do. Serious movies, funny movies, more funny movies, funny movies. He can sing. He did Walk Hard, which was both singing and funny.
That was a terrible movie.
He was Mr. I will fucking divorce you right now.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Sorry.
This is a family show.
Chicago. He was Mr. Cellophane. He could do the serious. He could do the funnies. He's just
I
great.
told them in the last episode that you were obsessed, so...
With John C. Reilly?
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
I know.
You're not wrong at all.
You've just proved it.
I would say he's one of my favorite actors ever.
Yeah.
I'd put him up against Thomas Cruise any day.
You would put Tom Cruise as one of your favorite actors ever?
No.
Oh,
I
well,
just said I would put him against Thomas Cruise any day.
Just in general.
Yeah,
generalization.
Dude. Yeah.
All right.
Although I haven't seen Top Gun and I really want to see Top Gun. That might change my mind. But, like, dude, what are we on? Like 7 Mission Impossibles now? I'm starting to think that the missions might actually be possible.
Is he the one that's always in it?
Yeah.
Is he always? Oh.
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of Tom Cruise, apparently.
Yeah. He had me as a youngin'. Like back in the 80s and all.
Risky Business and all that?
No, man, Cocktail.
Oh.
Cocktail changed my life. Like, literally changed my life. Because I was fresh out of diesel mechanic school. I was working as an apprentice mechanic. And I watched the movie Cocktail. And I had just turned 21. And I was like, you know what? Screw all this. I want to be a bartender.
You really just get...
Yeah, yes. I got trained by show tenders in Orlando, Florida, the same people that trained him for Cocktail to do all the bottle flips and the blowing flames and all that stuff. And I was like, you know what? This is the greatest life decision I've ever made. And I ended up a drunk, junkie, alcoholic drug
Look
user.
where you're at now.
Yeah, I went back to the things that make noises and do things.
Oh my god.
So, full circle. Full circle.
Right. Well, I need to keep working on this. I have lots of motivation now.
All right, see ya.
Because we're going to Rhymeback. I don't know if we're going both Saturday and Sunday. Definitely Saturday to Rhymeback. So.
Yeah, I mean, we do have to do the thing where we drive home. Unless we spend the day there and then we take that Monday off. We can send the kid to school and we can have a lazy day. You didn't hear that, Hazel? She'll get to rest in the car, though.
True, because, yeah. Maybe.
But,
we'll see.
Yeah, so I've never been to this thing.
So he's excited.
She's been, but I never have. I've been to Maryland, and Maryland's chaotic enough. I've heard that this one's...
It's the biggest festival on the East Coast.
Yeah. So who am I going to see there? I know, alright, so far, Nitty Witch. I know I'm going to see her there.
You're really going to start naming people? There's lots of people. There are lots of people you're going to see. The Chevy of Rels. How much? Why are we name dropping?
But I'm trying to think of who else going to be there. Never
Michael
mind.
from Piece for Piece Crafting is going to be there.
Yeah, okay, name dropper. Where does he live? Because he shows lots of pictures of water. They don't have water in Chicago. Well, wait, they got the Great Lakes. Never mind. We can get that in post-production,
I'm not editing
right?
that. I'm not editing that. Leah's gonna be there.
No, I know. She messaged me this morning.
There's gonna be people. There's gonna be people. We're gonna see people.
We gotta do something special for Leah.
Okay.
Because she was like the
hostess for the mostest.
Yeah, she was like the ambassador of Ohio when we went out there.
I mean, but we're not from New York.
Cookies. We had friggin' drinks. We had her entire family, who was like the nicest family in the whole wide world. Like, can we get you anything? Welcome to the great state of Ohio. And like, I'm pretty sure if I would have asked, I could have gotten a tour of the Capitol building. Like, they would have made it happen somehow. So we got to do something special for her.
She would have found what's his face for you, the comedian.
Oh yeah, friggin' Chappelle, man.
Been like, I want to know where he is.
Yeah.
She wouldn't tell you.
Oh yeah, that might have been crossing a line. Damn it,
that's crossing a line.
Missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity.
She probably hangs out with him every second Sunday.
Okay, you talk a lot. We need to wrap this up.
I didn't even want to be on this.
You always want to be on this.
Oh, it's literally getting rushed in the shower to be on this.
Sorry.
I was watching a Tic Tac and he's told to put it down. So anyway, we're going to be in New York. If you're going to be in New York, you should say what's up. Yeah, man.
Give all the hugs. Can we give hugs? Are we allowed to give hugs? We're supposed to give hugs, right? Masked hugs?
I don't care. Front to back hug, back to front hug. It doesn't matter to me.
Prom picture hug.
Back to back hugs are hard. So, yeah, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna end this now. Okay.
Keep on trucking.
Yes. I'm pretty sure you said that one.
No,
I say the same one every time.
Okay, can we cut that in post? I'll come up with another one real quick.
Come up with one right now. I can't snap.
You are snapping.
It's not very good.
Shabazz is all that keeps coming. I don't know why. Shabazz. Is there something that cool to say?
Did they say
Shabazz.
that in, like, Space Jam or something?
No.
We just watched Space Jam. The old one.
The old one.
Yeah.
Probably gonna try the new one.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, we gotta go.
Are we drinking today?
I don't know, but remember to check on your loved ones and people you care about and all that stuff and whatnot.
And bleep this in post-production. The Supreme Court.